Hello! Welcome back to The Grown Up Millennial. My name is Jessie. This is the first part in a three-part series on scholarships. So in my last video, I mentioned that I won 11 scholarships, but I had applied to over 100. So where does a person even find 100 scholarships that they qualify for? That's what this video is about. We're going to talk about how to find scholarships to apply to. So normally when you ask your financial aid officer or your college counselor or whoever you're talking to, a big thing that they're going to tell you is scholarship search engines. So this would include fastweb.com or capex.com. Now these aren't bad, but I'm not a huge fan of them. So you want to be really careful with them. They're a great starting point, but they tend to give you a lot of sweepstakes. And in my experience, sweepstakes are a waste of time because you so rarely win anything. There's not a lot, they're a quick application. Usually they're like 5 minutes. You just put in your personal information and they enter you into a drawing. I don't know anyone who's won a scholarship through sweepstakes. On top of that, they end up selling your personal information. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And then you just get flooded with spam emails. And the chances of you winning are so low because so many people are putting their name in for sweepstakes. So when you're using scholarship search engines, I recommend avoiding the sweepstakes and focus on scholarships where you write an essay or you do a project, something where you can put in hard work to help you rise above the rest, and where they're much less likely to sell your personal information. So scholarship search engines, you're going to make a profile and they're going to help connect you to scholarships that you might qualify for. The second one, and I think this is really underutilized, is go to your financial aid office or your college counseling office. If you're in high school, it's going to be your college and career office. If you're in college, it'll be your financial aid office. A lot of these offices, if you look on the wall or you go talk to somebody, they're going to have local scholarships, and local scholarships are awesome. Normally, they'll only be like $250, $500. The thing is, though, because they're local, very few people are applying to them because there's only so many students in the neighborhood and there's only so many students who have heard of them. So these are great. You want to apply for those small scholarships that not a lot of people know about because the chances of you getting it are so much higher. Oftentimes, they only get a few applications, and just a student who writes a legible, coherent, thoughtful essay ends up getting the scholarship. Again, that's not for all of them, but it's really, really common. So I really recommend going to your college counselor, going to your financial aid office, and seeing what local scholarships are available. In that same vein, this is a little bit different. This won't be the case at most high schools, but at your college, both community college and universities, go ask if they have a common application. So, for example, at my university, my application to the university was my first scholarship application. I didn't get any scholarships that first year, but I found out that they had a common application for dozens of scholarships for continuing students, and very few students knew about this application. So I applied to it, and I ended up getting a scholarship that helped replace a ton of money that I was losing from scholarships that had ended. So that was awesome. So really make sure, go ask, do you have a common application? Do you have a way to apply for more scholarships? Because most students after their first year stop thinking about scholarships. They go, oh, well, I'm already here. Don't be that student. Always keep looking for scholarships. So another resource that I really like, I went to the library and I picked this up, is one of these big old scholarship books. Now, when I was in high school and I would see these, they always seemed really counterintuitive because it's like, I need money. Why am I going to pay $30 for this book full of scholarships? I don't even qualify for most of them. What I discovered is that a lot of public libraries, including my own, stock these books. And if they don't, talk to your librarian, ask if they can buy this or they can get it from another library because these are awesome. You don't even need to get the most recent one. This is 2015. My local library wanted to stay up to date, but the one I got when I first started applying to scholarships was a couple years old. The thing is, most of these scholarships are annual, so just look into it, find a scholarship that you qualify for, write it down, and then Google it. You're probably going to find it. Most of these have applications online. Not all of them, but most of them do, and most of them, if they don't have an application online, at least have information on how you apply online. So these are great. Literally, the whole thing is just filled with scholarships, with the exception of in the first few pages normally. It's going to give you tips on writing essays, how to apply, doing interviews. I'm going to talk about that more in my next 2 videos. But again, these are great. And in the back, there's going to be these indexes. So for example, this is a military-related index. So if you're in the military, your family was in the military, you can look through that list of scholarships. You're gonna find a lot of different populations that you might be a part of that you didn't even realize. For example, there was religious ones in here. I'm not religious, but I found in the religious index that there was a scholarship for non-religious people. So I actually won that scholarship from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. So take advantage of the populations you're in. I found scholarships for students whose parents are firefighters, or for tall students. Yes, there is a scholarship just for being tall. So that's the idea. Pick up one of these books. You're gonna have a lot more of the obscure scholarships or the smaller scholarships that you don't necessarily find on FastWeb or CAPEX, or the ones that are really, really specific that they don't put a category for you on the scholarship search engines. So pick up one of these books, find one. It doesn't even have to be the one by this company. I know Kaplan does one. I think College Board does one. Really, any one will work. They're all pretty similar. But the idea is go to your library, pick one up for a couple weeks, mark the ones you want, make an Excel spreadsheet, whatever you need to do. But these are awesome, and these are kind of my little secret. So the one other place is to just Google it. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that. But most students, when they start looking for scholarships, they just Google scholarships. And the thing is, there are thousands of scholarships, literally thousands of scholarships. So you don't want to just Google scholarships because it's going to get overwhelming. It's just going to give you a bunch of scholarship search engines. So let's talk about how to Google for scholarships and find something that you might actually qualify for. So you want to start thinking of groups that you would fall under that might be awarded scholarships, and then start Googling those specifically. So let's use an example for myself. I am a woman, and I was studying international relations in school. So let's just look up Women International Relations Scholarship. And we already get some things that pop up, so lots of different options. So we'll open this up, see what we got here. Great, so this is just a list of tons of different scholarships for women interested in anything regarding international relations, human rights. We've got tons of options right here. So this was a great list that we found by Googling. We got one if I was going to College of William and Mary. I'm not, but if I wanted to go, I have that option. Now let's try something else. I have a friend, she's just graduating high school, and I was doing a couple scholarship searches for her. She's a woman, she's Black, and she's going into the STEM field. She's studying biology to be a doctor. So those are all really popular scholarship awarding communities. So we'll check this out. So we've got a list right here, something through the White House. Check that out. So you can just see that there's tons of different options for Black women studying STEM. So this has got a great list right here over at the White House website. But you don't even have to be this specific. So say we drop STEM, just look Black female. So you see we still got lots of different options where she doesn't even necessarily have to study STEM. So you can do 1 population, 2 populations, 3 populations, really mix them up, try different combinations, and you'll find different options. So that is kind of how you're going to use Google to look up scholarships, is you want it to be pretty specific. You want to take advantage of the fact, well, you want to use these specific populations. Now for some groups it's going to be a little bit more difficult, particularly white male, but that doesn't mean you're out of luck. So white men have other populations that they're still part of. For example, we got military scholarships. That's an option. Or if you were in the Boy Scouts, so Boy Scout scholarships, there's usually tons of those. See, right here, National Eagle Scout Association. So you got academic scholarships, merit scholarships just for being a Boy Scout. So try to think of what populations you're part of and start Googling those to find scholarships you qualify for. Really looking for specificity because you want the population that's applying to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and you want to be a better and better fit for that scholarship because that just increases your chances of actually winning. So that concludes this video on how to find scholarships. The next video we're going to talk about application tips to make your scholarship application even better. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please like it, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.